Okay, folks, welcome to Liberty High School. I do apologize. We had some connections issues here. We are now live here at Liberty High School in Liberty, Missouri. Excuse me. Right now, the Pioneers' lead is 9-8 over the StJoe Central. Indians now at the foul line right now. Ian Greenberg on the rebound. Sorry, folks, still trying to work out a few technical issues here. And actually the score is now 10-2 thanks to Greenberg. They were actually trailing for a moment there. Out from the outside is Williams. That shot is no good. Ball taken away by the Pioneers. Greenberg headed down. Post up for two and it's no good. And Preston Padgett comes up with the rebound. Greenberg driving into the inside, off the hands of Jeff George. So actually it was off the hands of one of the Indians, so StJoe is on the defensive here. Greenberg fired it out to Wiggins, shoots it up for three, and it's no good, air ball. Which is rare because last night Cameron Wiggins shot 5 for 6 from three-point land, all of which in the fourth period. Had a total of 18 points on the game, so he was working hard. Was very impressive playing last night by Wiggins. Williams in on the inside, big man passes it all the way out. Up for three is no good. That shot was by Gray. Jason Randall almost has the ball taken away from him. Fires it down to Greenberg. Sets it up for three. Back out to Randall, out to Padgett. Out to the outside once again. Padgett for an NBA three is no good. Rebound is picked up by Elijah Lee. And that one went off the foot of Preston Padgett. Williams did that sort of unintentionally, intentionally. Right now the Pioneers lead 10-9 over the Indians. Lee on the outside, got control. Sends it over to Urban. Urban was very important to the Central last night. Unfortunately, they did come up on the short end of the stick against Olathe East. Olathe East was the reigning champions of this tournament from last year. So Grant Greenberg called on his first foul of the night. Actually, that is his second. My apologies on that, folks. Still trying to catch up with everything here. And Lee with the alley-oop inbounded right there by Corden Bell. Greenberg for another two. And unfortunately, excuse me, folks, Irvin could not save that one, so the Pioneers will get it back. Preston Padgett to bring it in. Okay, folks, once again, Jeff George on the outside. Out to Wiggins, out to Greenberg again for three, and it's no good. Rebound taken by Lee, but taken by George up in the middle. 2 points for Jeff George. His first showing of the tournament. Williams driving it in, sends it out to Gray. Up for three is no good. Rebound by Williams, taken away by Wiggins and Randall. Flying down is George trying to save it, sends it back in all the way back out to Randall for three. Deflected, picked up by George, taken back out to the outside. And that one went off the hands of Paget and finally picked up by Bell. Bell trying to keep the pace up as high as possible, not giving anybody a chance to set. Lee is covered up and misses the easy layup. Rebound taken by Lee himself. Dished out to the outside to Gray for two, and it's good. And a hard drive by Dre Irvin, and he gets the basket and the foul. And that's going to be on Jason Randall, his first of the night. Pioneers in a little bit of foul trouble, which is kind of odd for them. They're normally very good at keeping themselves composed at the beginning of a game and letting it all hang out at the very end. Irvin drops his free throw. It's his first trip to the charity line tonight. From the top of the key, Jerichus Funderburg, and that was no good. Rebound picked up by Joe Conrad. Flying around the outside, Conrad at the top of the key, brings it out all the way around. And that one out of the hands of Bell, right out into the crowd. Little hard pass by Elijah Lee. So the Pioneers right now trailing 14-16. The St. Joe Indians here to play for real. So 23 seconds left to play in the first period. Young sends it out to Paget. They're burning up the clock. They'll probably take it down to about 8 seconds and drive in for a score. Funderburk on the outside, kicks it back out to Young. Goldberg moving slow on the inside, covers it up. Young for his two-point layup is no good. Bringing it down, Bell with a buzzer beater is no good. So that leaves your score 16-14 in favor of the St. Joe Central Indians. Once again, folks, I apologize for the late start here. This is Harley Riddle with 810varsity.com here in Liberty, Missouri, with the CW Stetson tournament. Right now, this is for positions 3rd and 4th, the losers bracket, if you will. The next game after this will be between Liberty North and Olathe East. Should be a formidable match. Liberty always brings their A game, but Olathe East is the reigning champions of this particular tournament. Sorry, folks, had a little audio difficulty there. Greenberg on the hard drive. Ball taken away by Williams. Driving forward, looking to make something happen here. The Indians trying to set it up, but the Pioneers are very good at covering up into the paint. Gray driving for the shot, no good. Fouled by, looks like to be Preston Paget. Oh, correction, that was Jerichus Funderburg. His second personal foul, already getting started into the foul trouble. This is not very good for the Pioneers. Young dishes it in to Wiggins, up for an easy two, and it's good. He's going to come over here. So Cameron Wiggins going to the line for the first time tonight. Last night, he spent all his time in the outside three. And it's no good. Rebound taken. Someone's coming down. It's Dre Irvin on the drive. Into Gray. Up for two, and another one for two. Gray is on fire tonight. So the play is now slowing down. 6:59 left to play in the second period. Pioneers now lead 18-16. They've regrouped and trying to come back. It's not unheard of for the Pioneers to start off slow and come on strong, but the Indians should not be discounted because they are very serious about taking the third place slot in this tournament. Paget inbounds to Young. Greenberg is setting out right now. George checked back in for Greenberg. Into the inside to Funderburk, and it couldn't be saved. Little hard pass. They ran into that trouble last night as well. Williams on the outside, kicks it in hard to the inside. Goes up for Dudley, is no good. Rebound taken by Young, driving back down. Setting it to the outside for Cameron Wiggins, and he drops it. Cameron Wiggins back on track with his three-pointers. Right now sitting on 7 points for the game. Williams from the outside drives it in, sends it into Gray. Deflected and picked off by George. Coming back down is Preston Paget to the outside for Young. Another three. And the Pioneers have woken up, taking a 4-point lead over the Indians right now. Ball almost taken away by George. Out to the outside for Gray. He's dangerous from right there. They got to keep an eye on him. He has got 8 points from that very point right now. Ball thrown away, but picked up by George on the inside. Taken away by Williams once again. Now the pace is really picked up here in the second period. Knocked out of bounds. Reach in by Wiggins. And that's Wiggins' first one of the night. Right now, Pioneers already with 7 fouls here, and they're going to get themselves in a little bit of trouble. Going to the line is Darren Dudley. Last night he was 3 for 4 from the line. Drops his first. It's his first score of the night. Second shot is also good, running 2 for 2 right now from the charity line. So tied up at 22s right now with 5:28 left to play in the first half of this game. The Pioneers and the Indians looking to solidify their position here in the Stetson tournament. And a quick turnover there for the Indians. Dre Irvin looking to set up the pieces on the backside. Shoots it over to Dudley. Looking on the inside. That ball is taken away by Young, but taken away again by Williams. And that one's actually going to be called on Young. A little extra oomph, if you will. It's going to bring Williams to the line. He was only shooting about 50% yesterday. But he drops his first. And his second is also good. So 2 for 2 right now for the big man. Big man Williams fouled out last night before the end of the game, but only seconds before. Young on the outside, kicks it into George. Back to Preston Paget for an NBA three, and it's good. Pioneers take a 1-point lead right now. Dudley driving on the inside, taken away by George, but picked up by Lee. And they're trying to stop the clock, but they can't. Williams on the drive is no good. Kicking it on the outside is no good. Rebound by George. Dre Irvin is off his game right now. He's only scored a few points, where this time yesterday he had over 11 points. Preston Paget slowing down the pace a little bit. Kicks it back out. Looking for Wiggins on the outside for the NBA three is no good. Rebound picked up by Lee. Dudley kicks it out to Irvin, drops it back to Williams to Lee. And traveling called on Williams. So that'll turn it over for the Pioneers. 3:52 left to play in the first half of this game. I want to welcome you all to 810varsity.com. Xavier Young bringing it down. Last night Xavier shot 18 points. A very successful day for him. He was dropping three-pointers left and right. George from the outside for three is good. So Dudley has it, brings it in, sends it into Williams as the Pioneers take a 4-point lead over the Indians. A lot of pressure being applied. About this time is when the Pioneers go to one-on-one defense. They apply the pressure and they don't let up. And they've switched it back to zone, which is kind of weird. And there they go, covering it right back up again. Lee's up for his two, and it's no good. Rebound taken by Paget. A lot of physicality going in here. And that one's going to be called. That was going to be called right there on Lee. He knocked Preston Paget out of bounds, so the Pioneers will still have possession. Inbound to Young. He'll set it up on the outside. Setting it up for Randall. Jason Randall, a sophomore at Leavenworth High School. Very strong, mature player. He's growing every bit. And that was going to be called in on the Indians. And that's the second one for Williams tonight. He's starting off like he did last night, going to get himself in trouble early. Preston Paget inbounds to Randall, out to Young for three. And it's no good, but the rebound is knocked in by Preston Paget for two. So they do not come away empty-handed. 6-point lead now for the Pioneers. Ball lost in the middle, picked up by George. Covered up, it's going to be a jump ball. Little full contact basketball going on there in the paint between Jeff George and Elijah Lee. And it looks like a timeout by Leavenworth. Remember, folks, follow the live brackets and watch games online at 810varsity.com, the new home of Kansas City High School sports. If you like 810 Varsity now, buckle your seatbelts as the new redesign is set to launch in a few weeks. Teams and league pages, full sports coverage from football to soccer to wrestling and, of course, basketball. No one brings you more games than 810varsity.com. Over 250 broadcasts this year so far and more to come. Live or archived, watch games online at 810varsity.com. Young driving around the inside, upward, easy two is no good. A little hard contact up in there between Young and Lee. Bell driving up for two, no good. A little bit of showboating there. Layup also no good. Rebounded by Randall. Preston Paget bringing it down. Young sitting on the outside for three. And it's no good. Rebounded by Paget. Out to George for three. And it's good. Looks like he was on the line there, so that's going to be two. And traveling, called on Gray. Looks like the Indians are getting a little flustered right now with 1:14 left to play in the first half of the game. Jerichus Funderburk checking back in, as is Greenberg. 32-24 in favor of the Leavenworth Pioneers over the St. Joe Central Indians. Playing here at Liberty High School. Greenberg up for the drive is no good. He will go to the line for two. Greenberg's an interesting story. He's only missed 4 shots from the free throw line all year long. Still sitting at 98% from the line. So Greenberg is definitely not the person you want at the line if you're an Indian. Oh, I jinxed him. He misses his first. Jerichus Funderburk checking out. Wiggins checking right back in. And he misses his second. And it's thrown back in. Bell takes it. Dudley on his way down. Sends it to the inside to Lee, and it's up for two. Wiggins bringing it back down for the Pioneers. Fires it out to Preston Paget, who drives into the line. Fires it out to Greenberg for three. It's no good. Air ball. Greenberg's definitely not on his game today. Inbound over to Bell. Drives it up and is knocked down, almost out, picked up by George, sends it over to Paget. Shot is no good, taken by Young. Bringing it back down, Dre Urban. Both these teams off to a pretty good start, but no one's shooting like they were last night. Neither team is showing the same persistence and perseverance as they were. And that foul is going to be called on Preston Paget. And that's going to send Dudley back to the line once again. He's 2 for 2 tonight. And he drops one. Right now only about 5 points on the game for Dudley, 3 of which from the charity line. And there's his fourth. 4 for 4. Inbound goes to Jason Randall, who's checked right back in. Getting some time in the game. 25 seconds left on the clock. Pioneers lead 32-28. Cameron Wiggins looking to set up for a three. Gets around to the outside. I guarantee you the Indians won't leave him uncovered for long. Preston Paget rolling it around. Around 8 seconds, they'll probably shoot in, and here they go. Kicks it out for Jason Randall for a long three. Is no good. Rebound picked up by Gray, and the shot is no good, leaving your score at 32-28 at the end of the first period. Remember, folks, you can catch these in all the high school games locally at 810varsity.com. We'll be right back at the end of the halftime. All right, folks, we're about to start this thing up again. I wanted to acknowledge some folks who make this possible. Mr. Olathe, visit MrOlathe.com to search homes for sale in Olathe, Johnson County, and the entire KC metro area. Make Mr. Olathe your one-stop shop for shopping homes for sale. That's MISTER Olathe.com. If you're going to trust a roof over your head, you need to trust the roofing company. With Christian Brothers Roofing, you get years of experience and integrity. Don't wait till you know there's a problem. Contact us for a complimentary 16-point roof and guttering inspection at Christian Brothers Roofing at 816-453-ROOF or at 453roof.com. So when we get back to the action, folks, Leavenworth leads the Indians 32-28, and they came behind from 2 times. The Pioneers have, but Central's not out of it. They were behind last night, came back from a 16-point deficit down to 2, but then lost it at the end to Olathe East, who was the reigning champions of this particular tournament. And these kids are out here, they're having fun. If you look at their faces, you can see smiles everywhere. Once we get this thing cranked up, the Pioneers will be looking to increase their lead. They're always stronger in the second half of the game. The Indians, they'll be relying on Dudley and Gray and trying to keep Williams out of foul trouble on the inside. The big man's very, very effective, but he's a little too physical, just like Jericho Funderburk on the Pioneer side. He loves to mix it up and get in there. Another one who's pretty aggressive on the side of the Pioneers is Preston Paget. He loves to get in there and mix it up. They keep it clean, but they're very aggressive. It's almost like full contact basketball. It's very entertaining to watch. And the coaches, you have Coach Neil Hook for Central, who definitely straightened his guys out during the break, as is Coach Hogan for the Pioneers, laying it down. Coach Hogan with 28 years as head coach at the Pioneers. And moving into his 29th year, he's definitely got this down. He doesn't get flustered easy. The only time he gets aggravated is usually at the officials. His first tournament this year, he did get called on a technical, and actually was very entertaining when he did it. So 55 seconds left till we get this thing started. Remember, folks, follow the live brackets and watch games online at 810varsity.com, the new home of Kansas City High School sports. If you like 810 Varsity now, buckle your seatbelts and wait for the new redesign coming to set to launch in a few weeks. From basketball, soccer, football, baseball, wrestling, we're going to cover it all. Over 250 broadcasts so far. Tune it in, 810varsity.com, archived and live. So here we go, folks, cranking it up for the third period in this third and fourth place tournament showdown between the Indians of St. Joe and Leavenworth Pioneers, both battling it out for third and fourth place. Right now the Pioneers do lead 32-28. Young and Wiggins have both been very effective from the outside, and Paget has as well, knocking down a three-pointer. Preston Paget driving it in. So Dudley fires it over, brings it in to Williams, where Brad Schlang has checked into the game for the Indians. Williams on the inside, good for 2. Xavier Young bringing it down for the Pioneers, fires it out to Paget. Quite sure Coach Hogan is probably making sure that they keep their eyes on Wiggins, keeping the defenders occupied, giving everyone else a shot. Ball lost by Williams. Schlang up on the inside is no good. Rebound taken, fired up and in for Dre Irvin. So the pace is picked up here, only a 3-point deficit now for the Indians. Jericho Spandenberg on the inside, up against Elijah Lee, knocked out of bounds by Williams. Pioneers will still have possession. In the inside is Greenberg. He has not shot nearly like he has in the past few games for 2. Grant Greenberg averaging over 20 points a game. has right now, he's only sitting on 6 points. Onto the inside. Ball fired up by Gray. Looking for Lee on the inside. He knocks it down. An in-traffic layup. Young fires it down to Wiggins, who goes up for the easy layup for 2, and it's good. Dre Irvin on the inbound. So both teams have come out firing. Still a 5-point spread between the two. Schlang on the inside, fires it into Williams. Up against Greenberg for the layup is no good. Rebound by Funderburk. We got to watch those elbows. And thrown to the cheerleaders by Xavier Young. A little bit overzealous. Looks like Preston Paget zigged when he should have zagged. So it's coming down. Dre Irvin kicks it back over to Dudley once again. Working on the outside is Schlang, looking for Williams on the inside. Double coverage out on the post to Dudley. Up for 2 is no good. Rebounded by Paget. Williams is usually good on the floaters. He just missed that one. Wiggins on the outside, in rejected. That ball was shot up by Greenberg and rejected by Williams. But the Pioneers will still have possession because they did let it go up into the stands. Williams, a 6'5 junior from St. Joe, proven to be very effective as long as he can keep himself out of trouble. Wiggins on the outside, Williams trying to cover it up, not showing him any daylight. Into the inside is Funderburk, throws it out to Young for 3. That ball was tipped, rebounded by Wiggins, fired to the inside, taken by Williams. He throws it down, almost throws it away. Elijah Lee with the ball. And a traveling call on Lee. Took one too many steps there. Tried to play it off, but everybody saw what just happened. So Young slowing down the pace a little bit. Brad Schlang on the outside covering up on Young. Funderburk at the top of the key. Covered up by Lee. Wiggins on the outside. As you can see, they got Williams all over him, so he can't go a three-pointer. Shot for 2 is no good. Rebound taken by Dudley, who's driving it in, trying to make something happen. Into Williams for the layup is no good. Picked up by Grant Greenberg. And from the outside, boom, just like that, that's Wiggins. All night long, that's his favorite spot. Lee on the inside, draws the foul, gets the basket. And that foul is going to be on Preston Paget. It's going to be his second of the day. Williams sitting down, taking a little bit of a break. He's been running it back and forth there. He's more of a physical guy. His endurance really isn't there. But he's really strong up in the paint, loves the defensive side. And his free throw is no good. That was Dudley. Greenberg on the rebound, out to Randall. Little extra physicality up in the middle here. Between the 32s. Between number 32, Jericho Funderburk, and number 32, Elijah Lee. Pairing up at the numbers is not normal, but hey, that's okay. So they're checking Lee out right now, already with 3 fouls, only in the third period, so he's got to watch himself. Jason Randall with control, top of the key, looking to get everybody set. Out on the outside for 2 is good for Wiggins. Pioneers increase their lead to 8 over the Indians. Dudley driving in and gets the basket, and nothing called there, so guess the refs are going to let this get a little dirty. But you can't dwell on one play. You got to move on to the next. Right now, Jason Randall kicks it into Funderburk, who blindside pass to Paget's no good. Knocked off the hands of Bell. It's still going to be Pioneers' ball. That was a beautiful blindside pass by Funderburk. And that was beautiful. Around the back, nothing but nothing. Coming down is Dre Irvin, taken away by Jason Randall, driving down. One man to beat, and knocked out of bounds by Dudley. So this high-action aggression, with 3 minutes, 10 seconds left to play in the third period, is getting really exciting. 44-38 in favor of the Leavenworth Pioneers. Onto the inside to Greenberg for 2, and it's good. Greenberg at 8 points right now. Coach Hogan getting excited, calling the plays, getting it going. Dre Irvin on the outside fires it out to Gray. Out to Brad Schlang, and misfired, thrown, and that ball's going to be knocked down and brought back. Preston Paget to Greenberg for the layup. It's good. They're like peas and carrots. Timeout called by Central. Collision or Repair, A&B Car Stars located throughout the Kansas City metro area. Check us out online for the closest location at carstar.com or call the Riverside location for more information at 816-741-6966. A&B Car Stars proud to be a title sponsor of 810varsity.com and high school sports year-round throughout the metro area. So the Pioneers have increased to a 10-point lead right now over the Indians. And right now the Indians are just regrouping. It's still the third period, still plenty of time left. This game could go either way. So I guarantee you, you're not going to see any of these guys stop until they hear that final buzzer. No matter how close or how far the game is, they're going to keep on going. .237 left to play in the third period. Bell inbounds to Dudley. Dudley bringing it down nice and slow, trying to set everybody up. Gray at the top of the key, fires it around to Bell. Back around to Irvin. Irvin's been rather silent tonight. Last night he was a very integral part. He drives it in for the layup. No good. Rejected by Funderburk. Kicked it back out to Schlang to Bell. No good. But he does draw the foul, and that'll take him to the line. Last night, shooting about 80% from the free throw. Cordell Bell is a 6'3" senior at St. Joe Central. Very active part of this team. And his first one is no good. And Bell up for his second. And he drops it. Inbound to Jason Randall. Pioneers getting set up on the 2-3. And ball taken away, knocked down, brought down Schlang, driving it up. Basket goes. And Funderburk called on contact, and I don't know. That looked a little hinky to me, but hey, I'm not the one paid to make these calls. Looks like a Corey Myrie and Jeff George checking in for the Pioneers. Schlang for one, and he nails it. Jason Randall for a floating two, and it's good. Indians coming back down with an 8-point deficit right now. Gray fires it over to Bell. Back out to Dudley. Shoots it to the inside to Irvin, is no good. Gets his own rebound, up for two more, and it's good. And Aaron Johnson hit the floor pretty hard back there, but he's up and running, which is a good thing. Greenberg on the drive, and Dudley called on the foul. Unfortunately, wasn't what Greenberg was looking for. He wanted the basket. Johnson to inbound, takes it out to Randall. Out for George. Looking at the three. No go. Back out to Randall. Wiggins sitting on the inside looking for something to fall for him. Johnson once again, little high-strung Indian there, did not quite get the ball. And the ball covered up by Johnson. Knocked off the leg of Irvin, so it will be Pioneers' ball. And Bell checking out for the Indians, and Edward Halter checking in for his first action of the day. He's a very hard-hitting player, as you can see right there. Ran over Greenberg, but not before Greenberg dropped the two. Brad Schlang on the outside, fires it over to Irvin, out to Gray, and it's no good. Rebound taken by Irvin, and up for two. Inberg to Wiggins, back over to Greenberg. Greenberg fast break going down into the middle, fires it to the outside. Oh no, pass meant for Wiggins, was taken over by Halter. Dudley rolling around trying for a shot, looking for Gray for three, and it's good. That was a beautiful set from the outside. Pioneers driving back down, Greenberg with possession, and Gray called on that foul, sending Greenberg over to the side, stopping the clock with 11-4. That is his first foul of the night. That was a planned aggressive move, not letting Greenberg to get to the basket. And they say Greenberg stepped out of bounds, so even if it would have went, it would have been no good. So 9-2 left to play in the third period. 3-point deficit now for the Indians. They have really came back down by 10 at one point. They did not let up, and now here they are at 52-49. Bringing it down. This is a 1 3-point bucket game. Here it up for Gray for three is no good. So at the end of the third period, 52-49 in favor of the Leavenworth Pioneers. Young Sign Company has been a family-owned and operated business founded in 1978 by Gene Young. Whether indoor or outdoor signage, designed or printing, Young Sign Company has been a staple of quality signage in eastern Kansas. In fact, when 810 Varsity wanted banners printed, there was only one call to make. Check out Young Sign Company online at youngsigncompany.com or call 913-651-5432. So here we go, folks, at the beginning of the fourth and final period, deciding the third and fourth place here in the Stessman tournament between the Leavenworth Pioneers and the St. Joe Central Indians. Obviously, the St. Joe Central Indians from St. Joe, Missouri, and Pioneers from Leavenworth, Kansas, both traveled far to come to this tournament. And they do appreciate, I know that both coaches appreciate being invited to this tournament every year. So Central working the outside. Firing into the big man, into Williams, who's covered up and called on a travel. He didn't like that call, but hey, you know, it is what it is. George inbounds to Young. Young slowing down the pace a little bit, looking for a lot more technical basketball. And knocked away, taken away by Dre Irvin. And he falls and he's called on a push. Xavier Young is called on a push. I understand the referees are trying to keep this as safe as possible, but that's, in the best estimation, a questionable call. Williams with the ball on the inside, driving it. No good. Tries for his own rebound, no good, and falls out of bounds. So the Pioneers will take possession. Got to credit the big man trying to get his own work done, but unfortunately stepped out. Jeff George on the outside to Wiggins. Wiggins going to do his best to get open. Get set up for a three. Ball was knocked out by Williams. Showing some aggression there toward Young, keeping it clean, of course, but knocked it out at the anyway. George on the outside kicks it back to Young. Preston Paget sitting deep out, and Cameron Wiggins all by himself on the far side. George on the hard drive to the middle. It's good, and he gets. And it is waved off. He did not get the basket. Jeff George called in for offensive charging. Welcome to full contact basketball. Dudley bringing it back down for the Indians, only trailing by 3 right now. 6:39 left to play in the game. Schlang on the outside, goes for a pass to the middle, is no good. Williams picks it up and drops it in for 2. Jeff George inbounds to Young, bringing it down. The Pioneers have let their lead slip to 1. The Indians definitely proven they're not out of this game. And Paget up for 2. Elijah Lee is checked back in on the inside for the Indians. Irving kicks it out to Schlag. Into the inside to Lee. And an up and down called on Lee, so it's going to be Pioneers ball. Just under 6 minutes left to play. It's still a 3-point game. It's anyone's game. One basket could change it all. Young on the outside, fires it out to Paget, out for Wiggins for 3. Is no good. Oh! Rebound almost picked off by Dudley right into the face of Young. Still driving it down. Shot is no good. And that one's going to be called on Preston Paget. That's going to send Dudley to the line for 2. Right now, Dudley's shooting 100%, 4 for 4 from the line tonight. And he drops another. And Funderburg checking back into the game, giving Paget a little bit of a break. And his second is good. And it looks like we got blood on the court, so Jeff George is going to have to check out and see a trainer, make sure he's okay. Going to go get himself patched up. And it looks like the play is going to stop right now, making sure George is okay. And they're going to sub out. They're going to send Randall in. While they're checking on George, we wish him the best. It looks like just a small cut on the elbow, but still it has to be taken care of. Oh! And that one was hit by Gray, but they say it went off of Randall, off his hands, so that's going to be possession for the Indians. So Gray and Dudley will probably be breaking for the outside. And there's the throw all the way back out to Dudley. Out to Gray for 2. Is no good. Rebound picked up by Lee. Tried to bounce it off of Wiggins. Was no good. Ball taken away by Xavier Young. Fired down all the way to Randall, but taken away again by Dre Irvin. Fires it in for 2. Lee up for the 2. Exciting action on both sides of the ball right now, folks. The pressure's on. The Central Indians have taken the lead once again. Randall on the outside, floats it up for two. No good, off the backboard. Rebound by Dre Irvin. Going up in the middle. And called on the block is going to be Cameron Wiggins. And it's no shot. It's going to be on the out. No, they are going to call the shot. And that is Cameron Wiggins' second of the night. It looks like the referees had a little confusion about how they were going to call that. Jeff George checking back in, giving Jason Randall a break. As expected, that was just a little cut, but any blood shown, they have to take care of it. And that one's knocked down by Irvin. And the second one is missed. Picked up by Wiggins. And pushed out by Lee, so it's still going to be Pioneers' ball. Greenberg inbound to Young. 4:30 left to play in the game. Indians up by 2. George on the outside to Wiggins, all the way back around to Young. And a travel called on Xavier Young. Schling to inbound. Gray bringing it back down for the Indians. Greenberg covering up. Into Williams, out to Schlang. To Young, taken away by the Pioneers. Jeff George knocked away. Picked up by George again, out to Young. Into Greenberg, who drives it in for 2. No good. And Greenberg is called on the offensive charge. And that is Greenberg's third of the game. Dudley checking back in. And the one-on-one pressure by the Pioneers is kicked in. Gray kicks it back over to Irvin. To Williams once again, getting everybody set up. Gray will be rolling around to the outside, cutting into the middle. Williams loses the ball. Drops it over to Dudley. Williams on the inside to Lee. Easy layup is in for 2. Young bringing it back down for the Pioneers. Out to Funderburk. It's like the key to the Indians' defense so far is keeping the ball out of the hands of Greenberg. Wiggins rolling around the outside. Greenberg set behind the 3 line. Kicks it out to George. George looking at the 3, doesn't take it. Greenberg drives it in, up for 2. Is no good and draws the foul. So with 3 minutes even on the clock, the Indians lead the Pioneers 58-54. Greenberg to the line, shooting conspicuously bad from the free throw line tonight. And he drops it. So right now he is 1 for 3, going for his second. And he drops the second, cutting the lead to 3. Correction, cutting the lead to 2. Timeout taken by the Leavenworth Pioneers. So this game has turned into be a lot closer than was expected. And the Pioneer fans are getting a little crazy, taking a lesson out of the book of Lee Summit. You'll see next game the Lee Summit fans are for lack of a better word, collectively insane. The entire section fills up with students, and it's a wonderful thing to see that a student body getting in behind their ball club like that is just impressive. Bell inbounds to Dudley. The Indians content to slow down the pace. The Pioneers are going to put the pressure on to try and get the ball back and make sure they don't get any more points scored against them. Preston Padgett almost knocked that ball out of the hands of Bell. Covered up to the inside. Greenberg on the rebound. That was a hard drive by Irvin. Did not get anything. Out to the outside for Padgett for three. Is no good. Rebound taken by Cameron Wiggins up for two and gets the foul. So just like that, the Pioneers tie it up and send Wiggins to the line. And that one was on Gray. His second foul of the night. Very technical player is Gray. He's very good at what he does. Wiggins drops the extra point, taking the lead back for the Pioneers. Fired out to Bell, back out to Dudley once again, almost loses it. Into Bell on the inside, loses it out of bounds, and the Pioneers get the ball. Bell protests, but it falls on deaf ears. And now the pressure's on from the Indians. Greenberg driving down, ball's knocked away and taken by George. Out to Wiggins on the outside, kicks it back out to Greenberg, settling it back down. Wiggins on the outside, rolling around, kicks it out to Padgett. Minute 45 left to play in the game. Ball almost lost and stolen by Bell, fired it down. Here comes Gray, and rejected. Rejected by George, but a hard hit into the wall. Drawing the foul is Gray. So that'll send Gray to the line for two. Jeff George's second personal foul of the game. And the first one is no good. Second shot has a chance to tie it up. And the second one's good, tying the game at 59. Ball shot down to Greenberg. Going down, sends it up the outside to Padgett. Padgett got a lot of pressure going. Timeout called by the Pioneers. Coach Hogan making sure he can preserve the clock and get the best advantage for his Pioneers. Tell you right now, this game is getting really, really tense. A minute 25 left to play, 59-59. Whether you're buying or selling your home, Lisa Reese with Caldwell Banker Riley & Sons brings professionalism with honesty, integrity, loyalty, and hard work to the game. Lisa Reese will guide you step by step through the entire process. Call or text 913-240-6004 or call online at lisareese.com. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts is now open in the Tiffany Springs Market Center by Target and Best Buy, right next to Jason's Deli. Big Frog offers no setup fees, no color charges, no minimums. You can design and print as few as one or as many as you want at an incredibly low price. Check out Big Frogs by Jason's Deli today. So here we go, a minute 25 left to play in the game. This minute 25 will probably take about 7 minutes to play, depending on the possessions and intentional fouls to stop the clock. Fired into Greenberg. Neither team wanting to make a mistake here. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Onto the outside is Paget. Gives it over to Greenberg. And that one's going to be called on Irvin. It's going to send the Pioneers over to the side. Stopping the clock with 1:11 left in the game. Paget to inbound. He'll be... It's like a little confusion between the referees, some cross questions and cricket answers. Paget brings it into Greenberg. Clock is ticking. They're slowing it down, trying to make sure they don't make any mistakes. Tied at 59. Neither one of these teams wants to lose. They would love to go into an overtime, I'm sure. Drawing around to the inside. Spundenberg back out to Greenberg. 47 seconds on the clock. Greenberg driving it in. Out to Wiggins. All the way over to Paget. Almost picked off by Gray. And the Pioneers content to burn the clock up. And Paget with the ball. They're trying to foul, trying to stop him. Greenberg on the backside. You can bet Greenberg or Wiggins will be taking the shot when they finally do go. Williams on the outside covering up on Greenberg. 8 seconds on the clock. Here it comes. Spundenberg for three is no good. And it looks like we're going to overtime. Yep, Pioneers, looks like they worked too much of the clock there, didn't leave themselves enough of a cushion. And so now we go into an overtime segment. First 4-minute overtime of this tournament. But that is to be expected from these teams. Both of them brought their hearts today, and they're going to leave everything out there on the court. Yeah, you got to hope they have the gas in the tank. If they don't have the gas in the tank, then this could be all for naught. Well, I tell you, I've been joined here. My cameraman is Adam Riddle, my son, and I've been joined tonight by my brother, Bodie Riddle. He's here beside me, checking out the game. Tell me, buddy, what do you think? Do you think these guys have the gas to finish this game?
Well, you know, watching this team putting everything on the field like you were just saying, you know, there's only so much that these young men can do. And, you know, honestly, looking at some of them, they're looking a little tired. You know, it's going to take some really smart plays for either one of these teams to come out ahead.
Yeah, it's true. Gray is out there huffing and puffing, and Greenberg's looking a little whooped. And I tell you, Preston Paget's definitely sweating up a storm out there. But the big man, ironically, the big man, Funderburg and Williams are relatively cool. Preston Paget floating back for two is no good. Nothing but air ball. Rebounded by Irvin. So this has got to be smart ball here. Williams on the inside, drives it hard, and that one's going to be called against Williams. Hard drive on to Greenberg, who took a hard fall. But he is up and going, so whether it's a good hard fall or really good theatrics, regardless, it was called. Wiggins brings it back down. The clock is ticking. George in the middle. Ball knocked away by Irvin. Dudley gets the ball for the Indians, bringing it back down. On the outside, Williams takes it inside between the legs, rolls it up, and it's no good. Little bit of hot dog showboating there, but forgot the mustard. And Williams will go to the line for the Indians. And he misses his first. And looks like we have a little bit of Shaquille action going there at the free throw line. Williams right now is 2 for 3 at the line. So actually he's shooting better than Shaq did. And he drops it. And Gray trying to add the pressure to Young, who's checked back in. You can guarantee they're going to be looking for Greenberg on the inside or Wiggins on the outside, trying to get some separation there to get a shot. And some hard pressure inside by Lee, and called. And they call Funderburk, actually. Actually, excuse me, I stand corrected. That's actually going to be on Dre Irvin on the reach, and that's going to put Funderburk to the line. Jerichus Funderburk right now, first trip to the line tonight. And he misses his first. Rebound taken by Williams. Sends it over to Gray. Williams on the outside, covered up by Greenberg. Dudley covered up by Paget. Irvin on the outside, covered up by Wiggins. Knocked out by Jerichus Funderburk off the hand of Elijah Lee, and Elijah Lee does not remember touching that ball, but that's the way the cookie crumbles. Young bringing it back down. Preston Paget with possession, kicks it to Greenberg, left all alone. Out to Wiggins, out to Young. Wiggins for three, and it's no good. Rebound picked up by Williams with aggression. And stolen by Wiggins, coming back the other way. Careless throw by Williams there, and another steal. And a push call on Greenberg. And timeout, looks like it's by the Indians, trying to square this away. Little confusion, Coach Hogan discussing it with the officials. And it's not a timeout, I apologize. Just a discussion from the coach and the referee. Coach Hogan looks like he's getting a little upset, and the referee's not going for it. And the discussion continues between Coach Hogan and one of the head officials. Shot from the line is Dre Irvin. And he drops one, increasing the lead to 2 for the Indians, with 1:51 left to play in the first overtime. And it's good. It's now a 3-point game. Indians lead the Pioneers 62-59. And a little confusion between the players and the coach of what the coach wants. Young kicks it to Paget. And a timeout taken by Coach Hogan of the Pioneers. Trying to settle the guys down, get them to understand what he's wanting. Corrections Corporation of America is proud to be a supporter of Leavenworth Pioneer webcasts. CCA is America's leader in the partnership in corrections, operating over 60 facilities in nearly half of all states. Learn more about CCA job opportunities at ccajobs.com, where you can find and apply for a rewarding position as a correctional officer, a nurse, or a teacher, just to name a few. So if you're just tuning in looking for the Liberty North Olathe East game, that game is coming up, but we're still in the overtime from the Leavenworth Pioneers St. Joe Central Indians game. Right now the Indians lead by 3. Pioneers possession with 1:28 left to play in regulation. Excuse me, in overtime. And that one's called on Irvin on the reach, going to send Wiggins up. Right now, Wiggins going to the line for his second time tonight. He is 1 for 1. Excuse me, now he's 2 for 3. He was 1 for 2 earlier. Timeout taken by Central. It's a 30-second timeout. And the pressure's starting to show here, but it looks like some of these guys are getting a second wind. I know they're all getting excited about this game. The stands are filling up with fans from 4 different teams, so they're all watching to see how this one turns out. It may be for 3rd and 4th place, but they are playing as if it was a national championship. They are putting everything out there, and they should all be very proud of the effort put forth. And here we go, 1:27 left in overtime, 62-60 in favor of the StJoe Indians. Wiggins going to the line for his second free throw. And he drops it in. So Irvin to inbound. It's a 1-point game with 1:27 left to play. And StJoe looking to burn the clock up. Little contact there between Dudley and Paget. And a hard drive, no basket. Traveling called on Williams. Looked for a little razzle-dazzle, and it would not bear fruit. So the Pioneers going to bring it back down with 1:10 left to play. I don't think they're going to make the same mistake they did last time by burning up too much of the clock, especially since they trail by 1 right now. Paget rolling it out, sends it over to Wiggins. Hard hit by Gray there, nothing called. Out to the outside to George. Young fires over to Wiggins for 3, and it's good. It is now a 2-point game with 35 seconds left to play. And that ball was knocked down squarely. Up by Irvin is no good. Oh, and Wiggins is called. Going to send Dre Irvin to the line for 2. That is the 3rd for Wiggins. Irvin's been very effective from the line tonight. Drops one in, making it a 1-point game. And he misses the second. Rebound by the Pioneers. Timeout taken by Coach Hogan with 23.2 left. Pioneers leading the StJoe Central Indians by 1. 23 seconds left. This game has just gotten exciting. I'm missing a whole bunch of nails and knuckles right now because this is the type of stuff that just gets you going for the game. My goosebumps have goosebumps. Citizens National Bank is a family-owned independent financial services organization with a strong commitment to the community in which they serve. Locations with 24-hour ATMs in Leavenworth and Lansing, as well as online banking. Citizens is proud to be a sponsor of both Leavenworth and Lansing webcasts this season. Citizens National Bank, member FDIC. So the Pioneers will have possession with a 1-point lead. 23 seconds left on the clock. The pressure will be on. If you look at this court, it's man-to-man everywhere you look. Inbound to Young, bringing it down. He's going to take it nice and slow because he doesn't really have to go down there. Oh, and the ball is knocked out off of Preston Paget with 15 seconds left to play. Gray will be inbounding, so the Pioneers will be looking to stop them from getting to the basket without a foul. Dudley on the outside, firing it in to Lee on the outside to Williams. Ball knocked away and taken by Wiggins. And that's going to run out the clock, folks, and that's going to end the game in overtime for the Leavenworth Pioneers. 64-63 over the St. Joe Indians. That was an exciting game. And I tell you, it was pandemonium as soon as it was over. Everything just got crazy. And now we're going to get set up for the next game. So the third place will go to the Leavenworth Pioneers, and the fourth place will go to the St. Joe Indians. So tune in here in about 15 minutes for our next webcast, which will be Liberty North versus Olathe East. Stay tuned.